I'm back with another album review. And today's review is on Carry On by Chris Cornell. And this is the second solo album that Chris had done. And the first material he worked on since Audioslave disbanded. This album was recorded between 2006 and 2007 and was released on May 28th under Interscope and Suretone. It was produced by Steve Lillywhite, who is a music producer who has worked with several other artists, such as the Rolling Stones, XTC, Dave Matthews Band, Psychedelic Furs, and many others. He also played piano on the song Your Soul Today, but I'll talk about that once I get to the songs. Now, what I need to point out is that this album is mainly centered around alternative rock and hard rock, with some elements of adult contemporary. Chris Cornell was not the only musician involved in the making of this album. We know that he did vocals and guitar on every song. He also played keyboard on Silence the Voices. We also have Gary Lucas, Cameron Greider, Brian Ray, and Dimitri Coates on guitars for various tracks. Nir Zidkiahu, I think that's how you say it. He was on drums for every song. Miles Mosley played bass guitar and upright bass. Jamie Mahoberg was on keyboards, and he also worked with Bush. Around line that Chris said that some of the songs on this album were songs that you couldn't put on any of Audioslave's albums. Another thing I read is that when this album was being recorded, Chris was rear-ended by a truck in Studio City when he was driving a motorcycle. Fortunately, he walked away from the accident, but he ended up with serious cuts and bruises. But that didn't stop him from returning to the studio later that day. Around line that this album got mixed reviews. I also saw that debuted at number 17 on the Billboard 200. One thing you may have noticed that all the songs are actually on the front rather than the back. Now, this isn't the only album in my collection that has the songs on the front because Meteora by Linkin Park also has the songs on the front. But I'll talk about this album once I start talking about the Linkin Park albums. Now to discuss the songs on Carry On. This album starts with No Such Thing. The song was released as a single on May 1st, 2007, which was 27 days before the album was released. The song is mainly centered around post-grunge. There was a music video made for this song, though it's very dark and showcases brutal encounters with young people. I'll link the video in the description. Personally, I think this is a pretty good song and sets the tone for what we're in for. Poison Eye is the second song, and this is pretty memorable. I'll give it that. The next song is Arms Around Your Love. The song was released as a single on May 21st, 2007, which was a week before the album was released. What's interesting to know is that the single has a cover of the song Thank You by Led Zeppelin. The song that follows is Safe and Sound. It's a pretty memorable song. It features Joe Sublett on saxophone, Daryl Leonard on trumpet, and Dave Cobb on horn. Ghosts is another memorable song, and it's actually one of my favorite songs on the album. What I need to mention is that this album also has a cover of Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. I've never actually heard the original version, but I do like this cover. Scar on the Sky, Your Soul Today, and Silence the Voices are all memorable songs. Now we get to the grand finale, and that song is You Know My Name. The song is actually released as a single on November 13th, 2006. Which was just 6 months before the album was released, and back when Audioslave were still together. You may recognize this song if you've seen the 2006 James Bond film, Casino Royale. That's because this is the theme song for the film. Chris wrote this song with the help from David Arnold, who composed the soundtrack for the film. Chris and Arnold wanted to make a song that would reflect James Bond's inexperience in the movie, and it even introduced Daniel Craig as a grittier and more emotional portrayal of the character. The song was so well received that it won the Satellite Award and the World Soundtrack Award. Not only do I consider this to be the best song that Chris Cornell did in his solo career, but I go as far as to call this one of the best James Bond theme songs. Way to save the best for last. One thing I may need to mention is that the UK and Japanese versions of this album have 2 bonus tracks. The first is Today, and the second is Roads We Chose. The Japanese version also has a track called Thank You, which was performed live in Sweden. And there's also another track called Call Me a Dog, which was also performed live in Sweden. And, well, actually in Stockholm to be exact. And the song was the song was released as a Target digital download. Overall, I think this album is alright. May not be as good as Chris' first solo album, but I'd still check it out and give it a listen. That's all I have to say on this album. If you like the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified of future uploads. Leave a comment if you like. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back on Saturday with another review.